All right. Let's get these critiques going. I'm gonna blast through these. Try and give as decent feedback as well, of course. I'll just. Oh yeah, I go to bed at what time? For people that are picking up this video, because I cut the video just now and then back over, we're talking about my schedule. I go to bed at around 10:30 to 11:30, sometimes 12. So I only really get like 5 to 6 hours of sleep. Okay, starting at the top, critique time. Okay, so we've got, I'm just gonna do it like this. Hopefully this is enough screen space for you guys. So we got Tom. Work in progress of chess as a reference. Here's my work in progress. Okay, so right off the bat, let me just zoom in on this. So right off the bat, you see this kind of bowed in a little bit here. You could probably add that in a normal map, just like a curved normal that you can just overlay on top of this. The only other thing I would suggest doing is getting more depth in your normal or mesh. So like you see that gap that you have here, or like how deep the wood is versus the frame. Making it deeper will help you immensely, especially down here, and like getting this part to be inset versus the corners. It's like just the silhouette. You got to like nail that silhouette shape. That's really important. And then this upper area is also much thicker than yours. Thicken those metal pieces out and kind of give them more character. Kind of curl them if you need to and bend them. Can you see Madu at the end of the stream? Sure. Sure. Sure, why not? As long as he's in the mood. I think that's what I would say about this, though. The other thing, too, is this feels like one piece of wood. Do not be afraid to, like, just judging by the poly count, this surface here, you're already paying for the curving of the geometry, so there's cuts in here, right? You might as well just take those dips in there. Texie, thanks for the follow. You might as well take those dips between the pieces of wood and just add an extra cut and push it in. Just add more geometry. And then this piece as well, like you're not seeing the wood. Like I know it's not really present here, but I can see there's a line here, 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 and here. Those look like pieces of wood. So getting some separation in planks, getting the plank effect there is going to be important. And yeah, right now this looks very flat. So adding those cuts in there is really going to help. Barrel. ZBrush hard surface exercises is going to make a mech out of these parts. Please critique technique, design, and detail placement, please. Oh man, these are cool. So let's right off the bat, this top piece is pretty cool. The one thing you want to look at when you're building stuff like this is making sure that you have what is it called? Detail ratios in line. So what I mean by that is areas for your eyes to rest versus areas of high frequency detail. So areas for eyes to rest needs to be around 70%, pretty close to 70%. And then the other 30% or so is where the high frequency detail comes in. And I will actually copy this image so I can illustrate a few of those in your image. Huh. So for example, this one's pretty interesting because like you have a lot of areas of rest around, oh, come on. Come on. So, whoop. So areas of rest, you have a lot in this area. A lot here, there's a lot there, this area, this. So you get an idea of what I'm talking about when I say area of rest, or where your eyes can just chill. And then you have like higher frequency detail stuff in like this area here. Oh man, come on. This stuff here. So you want to make sure you're balancing how much, right? Let me just scale this up. Oh man, I like that it gives you a preview now. That's so nice. Never used to. This one, for example, is kind of where that is failing. And I think it's just because... Oh, come on. Come on, Photoshop. Don't be like that. So your areas of rest right now in this one are like those areas, right? This one is better. Like from this angle, those are like your areas of rest. But then you look, and from here, it's all like really high detail everywhere. You got to be really, dude, it's so hard to balance this stuff too. You got to be really careful with adding too much detail. So this is like the reverse. This piece is pretty cool. High frequency detail, high frequency, high frequency. Just going to do this. And then I guess you would hear because of the inset there. So looking at that, you need more areas of rest in this one. Essentially, I would make that one, I wouldn't put those holes there. I would simplify this bracket, so it's just the 2 points in the bracket because it's like that over here. There's no reason they would make another piece just to like have openings there, right? Versus this one, because they're molding these pieces, if you know what I mean. This one's also a high frequency detail problem. The other thing is this faceting that's happening here. Be really careful with that because it shows like low geometry. Like if it's rounded here, it should be rounded there, right? This one's okay. This is okay. Maybe a little softer could help. Like see how soft this edge here is? It's like a wider rounding. This side looks okay because it looks intended. Here it's happening again. And here. This area looks pretty good. The edges, so the softening of the edges here looks really nice, but then it gets really tight and sharp in here. Make sure to soften those up. In ZBrush, it's quite a bit easier, right? But yeah, this one's nice. So this side here, while it looks interesting, it doesn't really look like it serves a function as to why it's like that. Like if it feels like it's supposed to be a plug or a socket of some sort, like it needs to plug into something. And in that case, like these guys would be more of like connectors, and then these would be inset maybe and have like little locking grasp things that would happen. Like as they come together and it would lock in. And then make sure that you're fixing these edges here because it's like you're seeing it a little bit there as well. And that just happens when the mesh is, doesn't have enough sides, and then you dynamesh it and it facets itself. Just add a ton. Like if you're working with geometry in ZBrush, you're already like adding a ton of geo. You might as well just smooth it all out, right? Yeah, you're seeing it a lot here and here and there and there. If that's intended, I mean, if it's intended, I would exaggerate it. I would do about half of those sides. That way it looks like it's intended to be shaped like that. Be careful with these little pinch points here, because these are really narrow. Like I would bring this up to maybe right here, and then bring this out so it's like, so you have that much room instead. Anywho, yes. Hopefully that gives you enough information to go off of. This also has a good ratio on this side of high detail versus low detail. Cool. Leo. Just choose 5 pictures which you think are the best. Just numbers 1 through 2 words. Top 1. What? Just numbers and 1 to 2 words about top 1. Oh, I see. Okay, so choose 5 of these and 1 to 2 words about what I view as the number 1. Oh, are you guys blind? I'm sorry. Okay. I emptied my trash can on the computer today. You know, the recycle bin. Fucking 120 gigs in there. Okay, so that... Okay. So we've got this one. This one. This one. This one. This one. Okay, so can we get a calendar with these renders? That's amazing. Hell yeah. So this one, I'm just going to say real quick, this one is a compelling angle, but it needs more, it needs to be finished. And the lights aren't really illuminating the door space as much as I would hope. Like these side details here look empty. And like all these shapes look like blockout shapes just because of the, I think because of the lighting. If I had to pick one image that is the strongest, it's this one. And I think it's because it's compelling. Let's do this. So you got a space down here. It does this. Of course, better, right? Because I'm just doodling. Compositionally, this is in a nice spot. So that's nice. It's also like if you look at the lower half of it, you see it's basically on a third. This one's almost center, but the way that it's framed, it kind of isn't. It's in a good position. It has direction. The lighting is strong. There's interesting shapes and details. The fidelity is really good. If I had to do anything to make it better, it would be to figure out what to do with this edge here. Oh, come on. Come on. This edge here. Because right now it's very straight. Maybe just adding a little bit of details in there, or like some type of bracket that happens maybe around here near this. Or maybe some lights. Oh, what is going on? Maybe some lights like that. Something to break that up. Later, Darkland. No problem, dude. Have a good evening. Enjoy your Friday. Enjoy your Friday tomorrow. It's going to be good. Trust me, it's going to be good. Yeah. I think also maybe adding some extra pipes up here just to break up the flat surface up there. Yes, we're about 30 minutes away from crits being over. I already closed the critiques just because there's a lot of them and we kind of got to it a little late. I had too much story time. I'm sorry. All these images are pretty compelling, but I'll go back to this. It is these ones, and then this one's the best one. Where are we at? I need some outer glow. There it is. Boom. That one. Later, Starflare. Don't be shy. Join the Discord. Say hi. Have fun at work. All right. Onward. Onward and forward. Viscosity. What's up, man? First ever attempt on texturing other than following a PBR workflow. What can you suggest me to learn? Let's check it out. Okay, so Oh, I like these ones because there's so many things that you can point out for improvement. And when there's a lot of things to improve on, you see results quick. So it's really exciting. So because you're asking, so there's things modeling wise that need to be worked on, but you're asking about materials. So sick glow, bro. So we're going to talk about materials. So making sure that I'd be curious to see what your roughness is like. And I say that a lot on stream. I mean, you guys are probably sick of it, but roughness is freaking everything, right? So if you can nail the roughness of a material down, it'll instantly look real. So making sure that you get a really nice sheen on this wood material based on like a light angle. So first of all, you have a little highlight there. If you can get that highlight to glance more of the whole side of the gun so that you can see how the light interacts with all of the materials, that's one step towards getting your materials to really pop and your asset to really pop. The next thing you're probably going to want to do is start looking at the roughness of the material and making sure that it has the type of noise and highlights that you expect when the light goes across the surface of it. It's very, very important that looks correct. And then there's like the physics or the science behind the material as well. So like the wood grain, depending on what type of wood is being used, the grain can be longer or shorter, or like thin little grains like this, or longer like stuff like this, right? If it's like that, that's cool. It's much easier for people to read. But this is also a type of wood, like what you have now. Oh man, what? There we go. This is also a type of wood that you have where it can kind of look like artificial wood, where it's pressed together and created instead of grown and then cut. The other thing to think about is direction, grain direction. So most of the time they're going to go horizontal like this instead of like this. Back here it can get a little weird. Forgot the polys. Oh my god. Make sure that you're looking at reference of guns and checking like how the material is actually portrayed in real life, right? That's like key. Next up, I think, is checking out your metals and giving it the proper type of roughness and kind of the grungy detail of it all, right? There's actually quite a bit of weapons peeps on the Discord now. So posting this in the art related channel is going to get you a lot of feedback from those people, and they are good. There's some scary good gun people in our little community. Little, I say little. We're almost 1,000 people, guys. Good job. It's all you guys. You did it. Ask Rick. Rick Velassi, for those who know who that is. No, Rick will help you out. He's a gun beast. So, yes, looking at material definition, you've got woods, you've got metals, you might have plastics or different types of metals, and those different types of metals are going to have different roughness information. Now, the other thing, too, is to double check the albedo color of your metals. Just because metals tend to be darker, depending on what type of metal it is, the albedo is going to be pretty dark. But that being said, I'm not a gun person. Make sure you talk to Rick. Rick's a beast. This is like, he's just, man, the rate at which he makes guns, it's insane to me. It's insane. Hopefully that's helpful. Other than that, I would just say, before getting into texturing, I mean, I would texture this one and get it all done in dopeness. Oh yeah, so Tim Berghalls. Hope you're seeing that in the stream. Good tutorials, huh? I don't know. get the textures on this one looking pretty good, learn from it, and then move on. It's pronounced Backhals. Cool. Man, last names, amazing. Last names are crazy, man. Get your materials good to go. Move on, learn from it, and then make your next gun. And the next gun needs to look really good modeling-wise before you texture it. Like, make it look as close to reality as possible. The chamfer zone, yeah? Is it Zamper? Zamper zone? I'm saying that now. Welcome to the Zamper zone. All right, let's keep it going. Hopefully that's helpful. Welcome to the community, by the way. I think this is one of your first. I could be wrong. There's so many of us now. I don't know who's new and what not anymore. I feel bad. I feel bad, man. So, I don't know what else you want, man. I already liked it. This looks pretty solid. I think I need to see how your roughness is though, cuz like how the pieces are. Oh, I love this. See this seam here? It tells you how it's put together. That's freaking it's so good. When you know how something is put together just by the way it's been modeled. Oh my god. Grave weight. Dudette. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the Empire. Yes. Dude, up here it looks freaking, this is awesome. Roughness is life. Roughness is love. Roughness is rough. Yeah. I mean, I don't have too much to say on this other than maybe some roughness variation down here. There's already some like granular roughness happening there. This looks, maybe it's like the materials just feel a little too clean still. It's like it's got a bit of a style to it, if that makes sense. In general, though, like this shot, oh my god. Should I show more in terms of map? I would like to see your maps. Show me your maps. Just down below, just like it could be one texture or one image that just has all of your maps kind of lined up. Very cool, though. Very cool design. Patterns look nice. Materials look pretty good. Yeah, this is pretty dope. This shot right here is very compelling, and I love what you did with the background. That's pretty cool. Fancy phone. So fancy. Flower Castle. I don't know if I did or not. Joe, ignore the arrows. Like pants popping through and all that. We'll be fixing. Nice. This guy looks pretty cool. Looks like he's just kind of lumbering around. Oh my god, you guys blind yet? You guys blind? There's got to be a way to make the default, like when you open a tab, that it's black instead of white like that. So, I mean, he looks like your standard Joe. It looks pretty, you know. He's living the dream. I mean, those shoes, living the dream. I think what you need to probably focus on is the skin shader itself. It feels very chalky. It's lacking a bit of subsurface, or maybe the light that you're lighting him with is just way too strong. This might be the opposite problem of what we see so often. Dude, this song though. You guys doing okay with this song? Yeah, so he's blowing out pretty quickly. JKWMAFEO, what's up, man? Did he review all the submissions? I don't think I have yet. We're getting there. We're getting there. But yeah, be careful with the light being too bright, because it also will blow out any subsurface that you have going on. You submitted one pretty early? How early are we talking? If it wasn't today, it's not in here. If we get time, I'll ask for more. I feel like we won't have time, but you never know. Oh, yeah. I just did yours. I just did yours. Oh, the blindness of it all. So, this is looking pretty cool. I'm liking this. Compositionally, it looks pretty interesting. Nice. Nice. I see what's going on here. So this, the painting that you're doing here, let me see how this is working out for you. I would see if you can get those generated versus hand painting them, because it's going to save you a lot of time. And it'll end up looking more natural. You miss it. No, it's okay. We got you. There's VODs. And then you got the YouTube channel. Don't worry. We got you. We got you, fam. And scratch my nose around the mic. Mm-hmm. It's generated. This is generated? Oh my god. Emil. Dude, 3 months. Thanks, dude. Thanks, dude. Using ground dirt and edge wear. I mean to generate the mask. Like, this looks like it's painted in. Like you were painting it. Okay, this song is too... It's too loud, man. It's too loud for me. Gregors, what's up, man? You here for the creative juices? Yeah, I mean... I guess I'm talking about these masks because they just look very... They're painted. They look painted, which is one way of doing it, but I think you'll save a lot of time and you'll end up getting a much more natural approach or look with like a procedural approach to making these packed maps. In general, though, I think this shot is pretty interesting. Like, this angle is really cool. This is also really cool, as long as you make sure that the skull is not cut in that shot. And then it's just a matter of getting all of your foliage in place and kind of making sure that you cover these up to make them look more natural. Then I think you're looking pretty good. And then make sure to double check your roughness information just so that you get some differences between the materials. It looks like you're getting it already, but with how the masks are painted right now, all of your transitions are very, very soft. So it kind of gets like it's soft looking. I don't know how else to, like, it looks spray painted or like soft sprayed. But in general, this is awesome. It's a really strong diorama. I think this is going to go places. Just keep going at it. Picking away at it. I like how you've approached this corner as well. Looking cool. It's still a little early for me to say much, but I think compositionally it's looking pretty solid. Nice. Lights in the eyes. Lights in the eyes, I see. Hey, thanks for the follow, dude. Headless Sneak. Thanks, man. Thanks for that follow. Okay, what else we got here? Neri? Yeah, it's a high poly. See a game and not a game asset. It's high poly, as you can see, and not a game asset. But if you want, I would love to hear what you think about composition and lighting, or if you can see anything else. I saw your message about triplanar texturing. How would it work? So triplanar texturing just doesn't need, like, if you use what is that program called? Oh, my brain is running a blank. Oh, it's not in here. What? Is it? No, what is that? I forgot, man. Why did I forget? 3D Code, I think, does it, but it's not Sculptress. I mean, Moto does it too, but triplanar is just a way of mapping a texture on X, Y, and Z over a model, which means you don't need UVs and you're just making a material tile across the surface. Oh, what is that called? That's bad that I don't remember that. Keyshot. Oh my God, yes, it's Keyshot. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you. Yes, Keyshot. So with Keyshot, you can actually just apply materials to these and then just tell it to be triplanar. Substance Painter does it as well. Just tell it to be triplanar. Substance Painter will require some type of UV set. Google Chrome. I see what you did there. There's more pictures in the link. All right, let's. I mean, this looks pretty hot, man. I'm not a motorcycle enthusiast, but this looks pretty awesome. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Looks very, very nice. Yeah, look into look online, look at Keyshot, or look at I mean, ZBrush does it too, I think a little bit, but I think it's primarily things like Keyshot, Moto does it, Max and Maya do it. You just have to look for triplanar mapping, which is basically mapping a texture on the X, Y, and Z. This is fact. If you have more questions about it, ask around on the Discord and ping me and see if we can get you some answers. But in general, I mean, this looks pretty good. I'll send this to Matthew O and see what he has to say, because he's built a motorcycle or so. Looks solid to me, though. I think if I had to say anything, I would soften up the details on the tires. Like round these, dare I say, a bevel in the shape of the tires. Oh man, you even have the little rubber nub things, whatever those are called. That's crazy. Well done. Well done. Quick question. What's your opinion on Blender? If you can make sick art, you can make sick art. You see a lot of people saying it's not good. What are those people doing? Wasting their time talking about things that suck. That don't suck. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Beveled it will be. Oh, man. Oh, cool. Can you give me some feedback on these two pieces? Would be good to know what others think about this approach. This approach. Okay, what are we looking at here? Oh man, heads up display demos. Oh my gosh. Oh, look at this. Okay, straight up. So, oh, this is awesome. This is very I have to say it's very Division. So how they come into display is pretty nice. Maybe speed it up a little bit. This is good. Radar. So one thing you should think about when you look at UI, where radar is or where your mini map is has definitely kind of been solved. Like if it's in a weird spot, most people, I do get to talk to UI artists quite often at the studio. That stuff is usually solved, right? So like where this is at, if it's not where you would normally look when you think about looking at your mini map, then it's going to get kind of weird. Like it kind of goes against the grain of what is like socially normal. This is pretty cool though. I mean, you're running the gauntlet right now. This is some city scale thing. The looks like you've got some actual like height information when it comes to the buildings in the minimap. Man, you're just running for it. Get there. 60 meters. You got this. Oh, man. That's a really narrow back alley. That does not look game friendly. All right, so you get there, then what? What happens? Is it trigger? Okay, it disappears. Okay, so you've just achieved the... Yeah. I mean, so... XP, that's a good spot. This is Madison Field Hospital. That's great. The way this comes in... I didn't even notice this down here. What? What? Get out of here. What? I mean... Where are we at here? So when this information comes in, like if that, I feel like there's just a lot of animations happening. I think that's how I feel about that. This is pretty cool though. Oh man, you're breaking it down too. This is great. Oh, this is cool. Okay, I'll link this to the chat. Oh, there you go. Curious with the quick draw. So this one, what is this one? Chromatic game user interface. Oh man, that's cool. I mean, this looks cool. I don't know, like, I don't know. I'm not UI, but it looks nice. I always like UI that has some depth to it. Pretty cool though. Very nice, very nice. That's some hardcore work going on there. Yeah, I don't have much to comment on this one, just because usually with UI elements, like they need to be telling you things. If this is like looking through a scope, then it's more about like the range. First person shooter should be including a breakdown of chromatic effect. Weapon scope, yep, aim including current ammo. So this is your ammo, and this is your zoom amount. Yeah, it looks good to me. I'd be curious to see what it looks like as you zoom in further. Do like pieces rotate? When do the VODs go up? Oh man, they're usually pretty delayed. But if you go into the, I'll link it out before I turn the stream off. But there's a link to the VOD that is uploading to Twitch as we speak. The problem is you may not get the audio from it. So that kind of sucks. Alice. Medieval inspired wagon scene in Unreal. I want to focus. I want the focus to stay on the wagon, but yet have an interesting background. Oh, I know that problem. That's, yeah. I kind of feel like I need more storytelling as well. I thought about adding a crow in the foreground that's eating some spilled out seeds from the sack. This already is looking pretty solid. Get some snow on this guy. I see it a little bit, kind of dusting. Probably want more than that. If there's less than that, then you maybe need some trails to show the wheels recently had rolled over the snow. Awesome. I'm glad that rotation was in there. Yeah, I mean, it just makes sense, right? You need something to move to let you know that you're zooming in, other than just the number. Props look pretty good. I think right now it just feels like the snow is very, very flat. So you've got it mounded up back here. If you could mount it up around some of these, like the barrels and stuff, I think that would work wonders. Maybe like so someone must have been sitting here, right? So maybe like a blanket or something that's kind of rested over the side here. The tipped over bag with the seeds spilled out and a crow eating it. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. The other thing that I think needs some work is the cobble ground stuff. It feels very, very flat. Some snow on the rings of the barrel. Yeah, snow catching here would be good. A little bit of snow maybe caught on some of the edges here. In general, this is looking pretty solid. your trees feel very weird right now. Like shape-wise, they're very thick. Narrowing those out will probably help quite a bit. And then you could probably add more. Maybe more snow. Because it's weird that there's snow happening back there, but you're not getting any snow up front, kind of coming between you and the prop. Other than that, I think these barrels look really, really low res texture-wise. You could probably double that. These look like they're a 1024 right now. You could probably go 2048 if you're reusing barrels a lot. A Yeti in the background? That's out of control. You get out of here with that. Is snow difficult to do, make, or place? What do you mean? I don't think so. Sassy Squatch. Overall this is looking pretty solid though. The rocks don't look very strange. Like usually when you see rocks, they kind of can give like a really weird feel. You see the shapes that are happening with the snow on the rocks. Getting shapes like that on your props is going to be really important. Maybe an ice dragon, dude. All the quiet people coming out of the woodwork now. Dude, dragons. You gotta add dragons, man. That's where it's at. Yetis and dragons fighting in the background over the kingdom. Yeah. I think these props just need to feel like they're more in the environment. Right now, they're not as affected by the snow as I was expecting. Need some Games of Thrones in that. Get it in there. It's pretty sick. I like it. Maybe some more geometry in the wheels. Round them out a little bit more. Oh, man, that's terrifying, Curious. I don't know about that. Maybe a few smaller rocks around the edge here that are just kind of peeking through the snow. That could be pretty cool. And then these cobblestones, like, get some displacement or parallax, something to get them kind of lifted up. That's really gonna help, I think. These sacks look really new as well. Get some aging on that. Get some aging on the wood and stuff. Maybe some scratches, some rusting. The metal is really perfect. Maybe denting that up a little bit. But yeah, the tree thickness back here is really big. I think it's actually time to get the dog in here. This looks awesome, though. Keep up the awesome. Keep it going. Oh, the ends of the wood here. Right now, it's just grain going down the side. That needs to be, like, exposed, like, rings. Emperor Maru incoming. All right. I'll be right back. And, yeah. This is pretty solid, though. Looks nice already. It needs just a little bit more. And then it's going to be the dopeness. All right, I'll be right back. I'll get Maru. It'll be quick. All right. Hello. Does he have excitement tail? Is his tail excited? Oh, he's so stoked. Are you stoked? All right, guys. I'll see you later. All hail. All hail. All right. Goodbye.